All right, today we're diving into the Bul Armory Tac Comp. All right, guys, Bul Armory Tac Comp. This has been a gun in the making for a couple of years, a ton of buzz around this, and for good reason. This is a $3,000 5-inch comped V6 ported pistol. Like, this thing is an absolute blast to shoot. But before we get into any of the good stuff, I'm just going to address the negatives right out of the gate, because there are some negatives that come with this gun, especially for someone like me. Now, that's not across the board. If you buy one pistol or you have a couple pistols, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It kind of depends on what your ecosystem is set up for. Someone like myself, who's basically all 2011 based, having a gun with the proprietary mag, proprietary grip, just not 2011 compatible, is a huge downside. That really sucks. But if you're just somebody that has a couple guns, no big deal. So it'll vary from individual to individual, but I do think that if they would just make the leap, go to 2011 compatible magazines and grips, that would open the door to a tremendous amount of upgrades possible for this pistol, and you could maximize the potential in this gun, because there is more than there is presently available. I'll say that. If you put metal grips in 2011, like, there is a lot to be made of this gun, and stay tuned, because that is going to be happening. Today we're looking at it in its stock configuration, and I gotta say, the grip, the trigger, the magwell, all a little plasticky feel to them. I don't love the magwell's much too small, and it does come with a grip safety. I replaced that with one of the Miller Precision beaver tails. Those fit perfect. The trigger is interesting. It is the linkless system, where you can just replace this little link in the trigger shoe for lengths and such. I haven't played with that yet, but I'm looking forward to doing so. That is really a basic summation of the pistol. I do think that it's a ton of gun for the price, but let's put it on paper, put it on the clock, see how it performs. And all I know right now is that this gun is an absolute blast to shoot, but I haven't really put it through the metrics really. So let's get that today and see how it stacks up. All right, so we are going to start the day off with what we call little bills, and that is bill drills to a reduced size A zone. And I like this because you're just making that small target, really tightening everything up, and then when you go to a full size A zone, it feels much larger. So this is the Sage Dynamics. It's like a third size A zone, and it can be pretty spicy, but I think the current best time is a 176. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know if we're gonna get that or even close to that today. But basically it's a warm up where we're getting metrics. So, Bul Tac Comp, ready to rock. Line break, that one looks left. But that's a 209, dude. Clean. At a 192, that's good. The other thing, I don't think these are 21 round mags, which is a bummer. One high, one low. So that was a 206. So it's a little wild, I'd say, but just gotta get used to it. Whoa, one sailed super high. 178 though. And that was just one, dude. That's too bad. So let's go to full size A zones. I would say it's pretty standard, but trying to work the kinks out in the gun, there's a lot to get used to, and there's a lot to be desired in this grip. I will say that. It's pretty chintzy, but that's also how you get to $3,000. So that's why I really stress, if it was 2011 compatible, you'd be able to upgrade the grip if you so desired, and that could go a long way. All right, going to full-size A zones, and let's see what this thing will do. All right, that's clean, 169. And that felt slow. I couldn't get the trigger going great right there, but I'll take that all day. Oh, one high, 155. Yeah, dude, but one high, aim lower. All right, we had one high, which makes me remember. So full disclosure, I have two of these guns. You may have seen the black one that I have been shooting. That one has already been sent off. It's gonna be something very cool, so stay tuned for that. But I do recall that we changed the spring weight in that gun. We went one heavier because it was shooting high. So I don't have those springs with me today, so we're just gonna rock it as is. I'll just aim, because I'm aiming like right here, and they're printing all right here with one flyer getting away. But if I just aim down here, should be fine. So it's not that, it's just trying to fine tune it, but it's not gonna be a huge effect. But it is nice to tighten everything up. But gun's running good, it's fast. Oh, dude! That last one was way left, but that was ripping for a second. I just had a total trigger freeze. 11s, 13s, and 14s on the splits. All right, one way left. Let's get it. This thing's fun, man. Whoa, those went high. Yeah, so too high, and that's the spring. One high, one right too. So spring is gonna make a difference, but let's see. I just need to tighten it up. I gotta slow it down to really tighten it up. But that's where the spring would be beneficial. But that's it, no more spring talk. This is what we got. Yeah, see, it's just gotta slow it down. That's a 175, but nothing wrong with that. All right, next up, we are gonna run our drill El Guapo. So you have seen this in other videos, perhaps, but what it is 3 targets. You have 2 steel in the back at 10 yards, a paper target at 7 yards with an A zone lined out. So from the draw, 2 shots left steel, 2 shots right, reload, Bul drill. And the current time to beat is 3.52. So let's see if the Bul can do just that. One right, dude, 361. All right, this is a drill that eats through ammo pretty quick, but it's a fun one. See that fly? See him on there? You got him? What the hell?
Got him, you smeared him.
Yeah, you get it? Oh, buddy, look at that. Oh, gross. That's funny. Oh my gosh. And then there's one right. There was something hung up on there. I was squeezing that trigger. The reloads with this gun suck. Or I suck with them, but I mean, this is kind of a stretch to call it a magwell. Oh, one low! 378 though. So there's just something that is, I went low and right. I don't know, dude. I would say this thing is a little wilder group-wise, or I am with it. I can't get this thing to print as tight as some other guns. That's for sure. It's fast and it's a lot of fun, but maybe not as precise is the feel I get from it. That was clean. That was a 392, which is not what we're going for, but hey, I'll take anything clean on this right now. These reloads, whatever it is with the mag well, this grip angle, just a different, everything on reloads feels super foreign, which just part of the different grip and mag, but it pisses me off, I'll tell you that. What did we do? That's a 395, so it doesn't really matter, but that's clean. All right, that was clean at a 393. So this is like, I mean, almost a half a second slower, which is pretty crazy. But it's all the, especially the administrative stuff on this is where I notice the biggest time suck. The reloads in particular. I mean, a lot of room for this gun to get better. I mean, it's obviously it's not all the gun, it's just what I'm used to, but I would shoot this gun better. I will shoot this gun better when it shows up. If that's a big enough hint. Got it. So that was a 402, dude. So yeah, this gun was so much slower than the other guns on this drill. This drill is a butt kicker. It's harder than it looks, and it goes through a lot of ammo. All right, we are gonna run the Black Belt Standard with the silver one. I've run the black one through it, it's passed. And so of course we gotta take the silver one through, see what it does. And just once again, wanna emphasize how great these Bul mags are. Like 2011, you gotta pay extra for that. 3 and 2, 3 to the body, 2 to the head, 2 seconds. .166. Oh, that seems fast. May not get a holster penalty qualification, but we'll get the shot. 9.1. So yeah, would not get the holster penalty. Bill drill. 189, so barely would get the holster penalty. The one shot would not. 25, let's see what happens. Ooh, I don't know, it might be a little right, but I think it's in. And that is a 118, but it looks like it's in. Oh no, it's way right. Oh, that's a staple. It's high, it's high. Right in the neck. Boom! So, Bul fails. Not hugely surprising, but it can do it. All right, guys, Bul Armory Tac Comp. So let me preface everything I'm about to say with this is not objective points I'm gonna bring up. This is all subjective, but I'm the one shooting this gun and I'm gonna give you my perspective on it. So I think it's a very fun gun to shoot. It's super flat, it's fast, but it's not as precise as I'd like it to be. I think the lower half of this gun needs a lot of work, which is in fact what I'm doing. You're seeing the silver one today because the black one is already gone. When I get that one back, this one's going. There's no desire for me to have these proprietary mags in this grip. I want both of these guns to run 2011 mags, and they will. It's just getting different people to do the job. So the black one's gonna come back, that'll be cool. And then this one's going off to somebody else, and that should be extremely cool as well. So why don't I like these? Well, I think let's just start with the grip. It is super cheap, plasticky texture. The angle on it is a little weird. It's just ergonomically a little strange, especially with reloads for me with these proprietary mags. And this magwell, if you want to call it that, it sucks. So that's probably the part that I struggled the most with today, and it was frustrating, especially because the gun itself, the upper part, the barrel, the slide, trigger, all of that, it runs really well. So when you combine it with something that's just a limiting factor, it gets very frustrating. So I think the full potential of this gun is going to be realized, but it's far from it in the stock configuration. I get what they're going for. They're trying to stay in that $3,000 price point, I believe. And kudos to that. I think it is a very high performance, affordable gun in this current configuration. But I want maximum potential out of it. So for me, I don't like this setup, and the proprietary magazine, like, I think it's just about time that that Bul realizes they lost the war. 2011 is the clear victor, and remaining in this platform is just not the way to go. There's nobody that wants this. There's people that are okay with it, I think, but nobody that's like, I want the Bul. Because the argument I've heard has been, well, they're better magazines and they're cheaper. Well, now that Atlas has the new $45 polymer base plate mags, no longer cheaper. And after today, I can't say they're better, that's for sure. They may not be worse, but they're sure not better. I had a lot of problems with mags today. But anyhow, that's my take on the Tac Comp, and this is just the starter. And then once that gun comes back, I think we're gonna have a lot more fun with that gun. But please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff from the Weapon Collective, and I'll catch you next time. Feed me, Simo.